Day 24 in my 30-day Ephemera challenge. You can use book pages, you can use paper pad paper, and you can even use digitals. I thought I would stick with book page pictures or book pages. They don't have to have pictures on them. Here's a beautiful book page picture. This one happens to have a picture on both sides. Here's another one. This one has writing and a picture on the opposite side. And then we can't forget our music papers. And here is a book page with writing on both sides. And here's an interesting book. It is more like a catalog with pictures. And we can turn these ordinary book pages into these perfectly imperfect pockets. Book page project, paper pad project, digital project. It doesn't matter what paper you choose. They'll all turn out beautiful. Won't you join me? Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. You've gathered your papers that you want to make these envelope pockets with me. So I've got mine. So let's talk about what size we need to cut these down to. The size that I like is 6.5 inches by 6.5 inch square. And I want to take the border off of any of my papers that I have. So I'm going to do that first. Now that I've removed my border, I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut 6.5 inches off of each side, making a 6.5 inch square. I now have all of my pages ready. Let's take our book page first. There have been a lot of creators making this project over the years. It's that old. And when I watched a few of their videos, and there are a few of them out there, I noticed that a lot of them were getting those wonky envelopes. And I'm going to show you how you can avoid that wonky envelope. Take your page that you've prepared and look at it. Maybe there's something that you like that you want to accent or have at the opening of your envelope. I really like this right here, but I'm not sure it's going to show in our opening. But I'll keep it up here at the top just in case. If you have a grid mat, that's going to work out perfectly. Place the tip that you want for the top of your envelope on a grid. Place the bottom one on the same grid. I think you can see that on screen. Take this corner and you're going to fold it over. This is where you're going to look at the line over here on the right. You can move this. You can move it back. You can move it forward. You can place your fold anywhere along this area. The wider you pull it out, the wider your envelope will be. I'm going to use this heavy grid right here, and I'm going to place my fold on that grid, at least the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but if you can get this line to be straight, you're on the road to no wonky envelope. What I've seen in the videos, they pull it like this, and then they end up with an envelope that's more like a funnel. I'd like to have my envelope be straight on the sides. And this is how you can achieve that, by making sure this fold is going to be straight. That's pretty close, so I'm going to crease it here. Now, without moving anything, you're going to go over to this corner, and you are going to select the same grid over here. So this is 2 inches out from my point. I know you can barely see it on screen. So we're going to go 2 inches out. So it's going to be this line right here. We will do the same thing in placing our fold as close to that line as possible and keeping it as straight as possible and giving that a crease. And there, that's just perfect. It's not going to be wonky. Now we're going to bring the bottom up And you don't really have to worry about how far up you bring it. This line, this cut right here, let me highlight it for you. All right, I've highlighted this line right here, the edge of this flap. And when you pull this bottom up, we're going to make this become one line, one straight line. Now you can, if you want, turn it this way to make sure that your fold is straight, using this line to help you fold it straight and give that a crease. And there you have it. It's straight. Everything about this little envelope is straight. Let's go ahead and let's try another one. Let's use our picture this time. Each one of these will turn out differently depending on the picture or the print that you're using for your envelope. Choose what you want for the top. So I can have this, I can have this, I can have this. I really like this, so I'm going to choose this. Once again, the top that I've chosen, I want that point to be on a grid. And then I'm going to follow that down and I'm going to put this one on a grid too. The same exact grid. So our piece of paper is pretty squared up. Then take this side here and we're going to fold it over. And once again, just choose one of these lines. You can choose a different line this time. And let's do that just so we can see the different sizes that you can make. So we chose this one the first time. We're going to choose this smaller one right here. We'll choose this line this time. So just work at rolling your paper until you get it approximately as close as you can and give it a crease. Now bring the other side over. It's not this dark line that we're looking at. It's this one right here. And so I'm just rolling my paper till I get it to where I think it's in the right spot. And you want to give that a crease. Now we're going to bring our bottom up. This time it happens to be over here. I highlighted it so you can see a little better. And bring this piece up. And we're just going to line them up and give it a crease. I find this one to be very interesting. I really love that there's pretty print inside the envelope, and then we have book page on the outside. And bringing in the first one we made, you can see that it's smaller. Both are absolutely perfect. Bringing our music paper in next, I really want this portion to be the top of my envelope. So I'm going to turn it this way. This is going to go on a grid, and this point's going to go on a grid. The same grid all the way down. Take the corner and find the line that you want to fold it on. I really like that wider envelope, so I'm going to choose that darker, heavier line and give it a crease. Over to the other side. Find the same grid that's 2 inches over. Roll your page until you get it so it's going to be folding on that line and give it a crease. Now, if it's not perfect, it's okay. I mean, an imperfect envelope isn't going to be terrible. I really like the fact that you really can make a straight-sided envelope with this very simple folding technique. I'll highlight it just so you can see it a little easier. And you'll take the bottom and you'll roll it up until you can get these 2 lines to become one, and then you can give it a crease. And there we have the music paper one. If you decide that maybe you would rather have more of a picture showing, you can go ahead and refold it the other way. And it changes everything. I kind of like it the other way better though. So I'm going to keep it this way. Yeah, I think that's really pretty. Maybe we should make one totally pictured. Let's make one out of a piece of paper that has a print on both sides. We haven't done that yet. I'll cut this to 6.5 by 6.5 square, and we can make one out of this paper. I have my 6.5-inch square with the picture on both sides. Now I need to decide, what do I want for the top? Ooh, maybe this pretty white would be nice. Let's just look and see how that would turn out. Well, that's okay. I think that's pretty. I'm just trying out a few things. There's this red. There's this. Okay, I'm going to use the white. And I'm going to use a line. I need to move it up a little bit so you can see better. And then take the corner and find your line on this side. Line it up. Take this one. Find the same line on the opposite side. We've been choosing 2 inches out. And roll your paper till you get your paper to be able to be folded pretty close to that line, at least straight. That's right, that's the main part. And then we're going to bring the bottom up. Well, how pretty is that? So here's one with the picture on the inside and the book page on the out. And here's one with the picture all the way around. They're all so different and unique just by changing the type of paper, the type of print, the book page, the music paper. You can mix them all up. They're so very eclectic. And don't forget, you can use paper pad paper or digitals. I like the way inking looks. So I'll be taking a few moments and I'll be inking up my pieces. I'm also thinking, since this one is my heaviest paper type, I think I'll take it to my machine and sew around the edge just so you can see what that looks like. All right, so I've inked up my pieces. And I've sewn this one. It changed it a little bit. It just adds another layer. Now we're going to want to glue them together. Take your glue of your choice and glue this flap down right here. I just pulled the bottom part down and pull the flap over and add a little glue at this point and then fold it over, making sure that your little envelope's going to lay flat. I'm not cutting these little pieces out. I actually kind of think it helps with the structure of this envelope. Now you could cut them out if you want. You obviously would be cutting them out before you do any of the gluing. So that's that little pie shape right down here. But if you're using a paper that's very thick, you might want to consider cutting out this little pie shape. I'm going to add my glue right here and right down to the point, and over here and down to the point, and then fold it up, and it will be glued all together. If your pages are kind of coming up and they're not grabbing hold real well because your paper has a little sheen, it's a shiny type of paper, you can add some paper clips to keep them in place while the glue dries. I'll take all of my little envelope pockets and I'll glue them all together, and then we can do some decorating. For this one, let's use a little bit of velvet ribbon on the flap and on the bottom, and a little fussy cut on the front, and maybe a pretty little satin bow. And I added a little flat back pearl and some pearls along the edge here. You can pop in lots of different things into our little envelope pockets. Decorating doesn't have to be elaborate. We can use a heart with a little bit of satin ribbon through the holes of the button and tie a simple bow. And then carrying that satin ribbon up here just to finish it off. I made one earlier with an image, a bow, and a little bit of flat back pearls. I think they're both cute. I've tried a couple of different things with this envelope. I thought the white might be nice, but it's like, I don't think so. So then I tried this white. No, I don't think so. Then I tried this one. Oh, well, that one's nice. And then I tried the purple. I think that's the purple. I tried a lot of different labels too, and it seems like it needs a longer label. Maybe one like this, or maybe one like this. So this is what I came up with. I really think it's sweet. And this is one that I made earlier. There's no rhyme or reason why there's a hole at the top. I just thought it looked kind of cute. And for this one, I don't use birds very often, but I think this one will look perfect on this envelope. And a little bit of blue sari silk to pull in the blue from the bird and the blue from that hosta plant. Well, I think this one might have turned out to be one of my favorites. I added a little bit of flat back pearls right down here, and the sari silk is the perfect color. I also made this one out of that catalog type page that I have, and I made a larger one so you can see the difference in size. This was the 6.5 inch square. This one was a larger square, obviously, but it turned out just as cute. It finished out to be 4 3/4 inches wide, so it's a pretty wide envelope. My little journal here is 8 inches by 5 inches, and let's just see how it looks on a page. It would definitely fill it up, but it's still awful cute. It would definitely fill your page. What a beautiful little decoration for your journal. Let's try this one next. We'll pop it on this blue page. How about our bird? Let's try this one on a yellow page. This one will look gorgeous on a yellow page. And we have our music paper. And here's our other music paper. This one's one of my favorites too. You could decorate a page using these, or you could paper clip it onto a page. You could slip them into a pocket or a belly band. Creating and decorating these was so much fun. Which one was your favorite? Well, this was so much fun. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. I truly have enjoyed making all of these beautiful envelope pockets. If you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.